Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my friends, and welcome back to Hope Harbor Zoo. Hope you all are having a wonderful day so far. So today we are back where we ended, back with Hope Island Zoo, and we're finally building for our Nutria. So in case if you guys are already unaware, Hope Harbor Zoo is our ZSU Zoo, and in case if you guys don't know what ZSU is, it's essentially an online kind of like, zoo building community where we all are able to trade with each other, we're all able to kind of like, trade out animals and stuff like that. It's a really great community run by some really great people, and yeah, it's just really awesome. You guys should even consider joining if you can. So of course today we are building for Nutria in our little bit of our South American section. I did not want to throw them inside of the South America house because we're already kind of stripped for land in there, and I don't really want to really throw species that don't need to be in there and have them be in there. So instead of that, we're throwing these guys at the start of our little bit of like our Patagonian trail. Not really sure why they probably don't even end up in Patagonia. I'm gonna be completely honest. I have no clue. I just really wanted these guys to be here because we already had a holding building for our Guanaco and Rhea, and I wanted to make use of that as best as I could. So we're also using that building for our Nutria as well, and these guys even get a little bit of a palace. I only have 2 Nutria right now, unfortunately, but hopefully later down the line, I will be able to kind of expand that group as they start to breed, as they start to do other things. In case if you guys are also unaware, we also finally have breeding implemented into ZSU. It's all automatic, so we're starting to get like little notifications every single time. It's honestly like one of the most exciting things to wake up to, seeing like, your ocelots bred, which they haven't actually. That I'm very disturbed that they haven't. Or your poodoo bred, or your jaguars bred. It's just really, really freaking awesome. So what we're working on over here as well is our little bit of a pool for our Nutria. You guys may be wondering why I'm doing a little bit of a plaster bottom. That's very much how I like to build. I like to build with the pseudo-realism kind of look in mind. A lot of the times I do often kind of do these builds where I kind of go for a little bit of realism, but I don't really go all the way. That's just how I like to build. If you guys like to go even further with realism, might I suggest checking out Wyatt Andrews' workshop, or even Leader and Zoov. They all do such wonderful things with all that realism. I learned from them. I don't go as far as them, I'm not as crazy as them, but I still take out a lot from them. So they're really wonderful guys that you guys should definitely check out. So what we're working on over here is the actual viewing gallery for these, and I also stole those events from the African penguin habitat, and yes, we do have African penguins, super excited about that. We had a store a while ago called the Ticket Store. This has been kind of infamous within the ZSU community. We had this ticket store where we all kind of put down all the animals that we wanted, and I actually put down for some flamingos, and I put down for some penguins, and I was able to get both of them, and it was super awesome because you know what, I just love all my birds in ZSU. So as we make our way throughout this speed build, you can start to see the 2 viewing galleries form. I didn't have any above ground viewing areas because I really didn't think they needed it. Nutrias are, after all, very aquatic animals, and they would make use of the water as much as they can. And if they're out of the water, it's no worries. They're kind of like a pass-up animal where, most of the general zoo public would be like, that's just a fake beaver, and they would walk right by. At least that's how I imagine it to be, so that's why I tucked them in this little corner over here. I also start on the foliage down here as well. Nothing really too crazy. Obviously, you wouldn't see this be too planted. In fact, if this were a realistic build, you really wouldn't see any plants down here at all. But still, as I said before, I like my pseudo-realism, so I kind of have like some plants down there just to brighten it up. I always take form over function most of the time, so even in some of my habitats, the animals aren't able to swim or anything like that. And I'm like, you know what, just as long as it looks good, it's fine by me. So we also do our blue ass water over here. That's a little callback to our Nicholas Line Rider fans. But yeah, it looks pretty good right there. And I was just trying to get my bearings, trying to find some more props for me to use. And I've been using these a lot. These are Haribo's brick walls. He did an awesome job kind of like separating these so you guys could actually use them in whatever you want to build for. And they look incredible as well. So you just hit these guys up with the right kind of background with like that right rock cladding, and then it'll look fantastic in the end. Look how gorgeous that is. We kind of set that up against our wall over there just to give it a little bit more dimension, give it a little bit more purpose. And yeah, that's about it right there. I realize I don't even have a keeper gate in here, so I need to do that kind of eventually. Hopefully later down the line when I'm not feeling too lazy, we could actually do that. But yeah, making our way throughout here and starting to add some more holding decorations, I guess. Just trying to make this build feel a little bit more grounded, make it feel a little bit more purposeful. I don't really know what I mean when I say that. It's just a feeling. It's a vibe. It's a vibe that you achieve when you actually go through with builds like this. And you know what? It's totally up to you guys how you guys want to discover that vibe. Also, over here, I'm definitely going ham with my, what do you call that? What do you call that? I keep on forgetting. Curbs. My curbing. I keep on going ham with my curbing, and it's really great. I always think that ties together builds extremely well. Definitely for builds like this, or even some other projects I have lined up. Curbing will absolutely make it, and I really suggest you guys even try it out a little bit. Start off with like a little bit of a palette, just trying to make something out of it, and then you guys can continue it all throughout. I started to get my little bit of handle with that back in, I want to say, yeah, Los Monsteros was where I really started to do some serious curbing. And yeah, it's just teaching you so much. I really suggest you guys learn it on a flat map, or even a flat area, kind of like this Nutria area. It's relatively flat, there's no elevation changes, and just getting a handle on where to place pieces is going to be the most important thing that you could do for something like this. So making our way throughout here and just lining up the rest of this area. Eventually I do want to get some other animals within this little section. I do have my eyes on some Chicoan peccaries. I feel like that would be a key species to have. We already have our Chicoan and Patagonia Maras in their own little habitat, so that's great. But I do want to start focusing on some more South American animals, a lot bigger ones as well. I have a deal lined up for a spectacled bear once my buddies start to breed, as well as some other things as well. Just generally trying to expand our roster as much as we can, because in case of you guys check out my holding list, I very much have a small centric list. While I do have stuff like jaguars and like, you know, that's probably the biggest thing that I have. I don't really even have too many like relatively medium-sized animals. In fact, my buddy Forge was able to get me some African hoofstock, which is actually really great. So we're gonna have like a nice plain section. I just gotta actually muster up the confidence to do it. But making our way throughout here and adding in all of these small details. Wow, what a way to end a video, me sneezing, isn't that great? But no, adding these small details, like these hedges, I love using custom hedges so much. Like, these guys are the perfect way to brighten up a build, and I can't suggest you guys do this enough. It's such an awesome way just to like spruce up habitats and stuff like that. So of course we start to decorate the rest of this area with like the rest of the periwinkle grass. And we start to add some flowers in there just to help brighten it up a bit. I really do love the effect that that has on the area. And yeah, that's about it right there. So I don't know what else I do over here. I think I'll just do some like small little changes. But that is about it, my friends. I do some small building off camera, but that's about it. So we're finally entering the B-roll. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys appreciate this quicker video. This whole weekend has been a little bit of a tizzy, so I'm just really happy I was able to get something out for you guys today. Hope you guys are excited for the upcoming conservation DLC. We'll have a video talking about, like, you know, I think the Siamang reveal tomorrow, I think. And then we'll talk about these update notes that are supposed to come on Monday. So thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait to see you guys in ZSU. Take care and have the most wonderful of wonderful days. Bye-bye now.